Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today we're going to go ahead and do something a little bit different. Going to take a look here at 4 coins that I've decided I'm going to send these into PCGS for conservation. I have not used PCGS's conservation before. Typically, I would crack coins out of their holders and send them in myself. Maybe I would try to conserve them myself, but we're going to go ahead and give it a whirl. This 1884 proof Indian cent is in an old purple holder, and they're saying it has altered color, um, and so I think it has some. I think that conservation will help this coin out. I think it's got a couple of spots on it that I think they'll be able to remove and make the coin look natural again. This coin, you can see I was going to crack it and send it into NCS, which is NGC's conservation group. Really lovely coin. An old annex holder calling it Mint State 60. Let's see if I can get a look at here. There's something on the case, so it wants to focus on that instead. But it has a little bit of like PVC to it, a little bit of green. But the coin itself is really attractive. And so I'm hoping that they can help that one come back a little better. And this 1891S Morgan dollar, I got back pretty recently, and I like the tone of it myself, but I didn't like the grade it came back, and I kind of felt like maybe I was getting penalized for the tone, which PCGS says it explicitly on their website. NGC, I haven't seen it on their website, but if they don't like the toning, they'll knock it a grade. And then my favorite coin that I cannot get graded, the grade I want, is this 1829 half dollar, which I think is just a stunningly beautiful coin. NGC called it artificial toning and then refused to conserve it. So I'm going to go ahead and send it into PCGS and see what they say and see what they do. So let's take a look and see how they come back. All right, so we're going to start with the Flying Eagle penny. Now, you may notice that the color is a little bit different than it was when we sent it in. And if I may say so, the obverse of the coin really looks stunning. It has a few hairlines down to the right of the date, but the strike looks really bold and strong. The back of the coin still has a little of that discoloration that it had before. They definitely conserved the coin, and it looks a little bit different than it did. Of course, the question becomes one of how did they do? So they do call it uncirculated details cleaned. I think the coin will be a little bit easier to sell in this holder than the old one. It has better eye appeal, especially the obverse. At least I think it does. A really nice looking coin, and you know, an AU is like a $300 coin, and a nice Unk is 800, so it's somewhere in between probably. Now the Indian head penny, which was in a proof holder, altered color, and you may remember that the color was a little bit different than it is now. Overall, I think the coin looks really nice. Came out really solid, actually. It's got some pretty good detail all the way around it. And that nice orange color still has a couple of spots on the back, but overall pretty nice. So this PCGS called it a 65 red brown. So it's nice to get a little win in this group. I don't know if you want to call it a consolation. It's a nice coin. Definitely jumped up in value. In the old holder, it was probably only worth $150 or something, $200, and this is probably worth $450 to $500 the way it is. So it's good to have a win, because next we're moving on to the sad and sordid tale of one of my favorite coins I've ever owned, this 1829 half dollar, which used to have a hint of toning to it, which has been in different holders telling me that it was artificially toned or cleaned, or back and forth and back and forth. So they did conserve it. Of course, it doesn't have that purple tone to it anymore, and the so-called artificial detail. Now they do call it uncirculated, genuine, and cleaned. And it's time for me to part ways with one of my favorite coins I've ever owned. I'll probably put it up still at uncirculated prices, $1,000. And I really felt like it was a higher grade uncirculated coin, which is like a $3,000 coin. So, but it's time to move on. Sometime you need to hit acceptance, right? And then finally, this 1891S, which they did not conserve. It still has the same look to it. I'm intrigued that they chose to not conserve it, and it is still has that gentle tone over the whole coin. The coin has a big price jump from 64 to 65, which is one of the reasons why, I really would like to see it come back a higher grade. This coin, of course, stayed the same grade, 64 to 64. Not the end of the world. In 64, it's like a $300 coin, and 65, it's like an $800 coin. So there's a huge jump. But anyways, really a lovely coin overall. And that is the first attempt at PCGS conservation. It was kind of a really wide variety of types of coins that I chose to send in with a very wide set of results. So thanks for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thank you.